I mean, never to go into your search history. You have forced me to pivot my team, so we are armed to the teeth. So now I'm walking in with a Tasmanian devil and 3 dudes who are strapped to the gills. Good luck.
Hi, we are the cast of Coyote versus Acme, and we are playing Choose Your Squad.
You are all going to be creating your own ultimate Looney Tunes squad to take down a corporate big bad. Draft style, you're each going to pick characters one by one off the board. Once the character is picked, they are off the board. No one else can pick them. And then at the end, our audience is going to pick which squad they think is the best.
I am taking Granny because I feel like in a group setting, people would listen to her. And so I think she has great leadership qualities. And I also think that based off of Coyote versus Acme, we see that Granny never gives up on her belief in her husband and never believes the lies that the big corporation tells her, which means that Granny is not easily manipulated, and I would want her on my team to take down a corporation.
Hell yeah, 100%. She's got integrity.
I'm gonna go with Pepé Le Pew.
I feel like a team at the draft that has been like robbed of like fudge. I didn't get first or second pick. Legit. First pick, second pick.
I mean, Pepé Le Pew's gonna, you got that stink element. Also, he's like, can get in there and woo you like a Casanova, and so he can get you off guard and then stink out a place and, disperse a crowd.
You sons of bitches.
You're up. You have 2 picks in a row.
Oh, tough. My top 2 are off the board here.
That's crazy.
I will go with the Tasmanian Devil, because if there are any important documents in said negotiating room, they will be mixed up and or destroyed. So he could help me rebuild the case from scratch. And I would also back-to-back pick Yosemite Sam because of his accuracy with firearms. I don't know where that would come in useful in diplomatic negotiation.
But just in
case.
With Tunes, it can go any which way.
You never know. You never know. I did just release a Tasmanian Devil into the negotiating room, so.
Damn.
You returned the favor because Yosemite Sam was right high on my board.
All right.
But I think that my next pick would be Wile E. Coyote. He is my ride or die in this movie. And I can't believe that I didn't pick him first, but I mean, the stink element you got to have in your team. And he just has that never say die spirit, obviously, that you see in the movie. So I think that counts for a lot. I need somebody with that level of determination.
First, I'm going to pick Tweety Bird because Tweety and Granny have a relationship. I mean, they live together. So I love that they're already a team. I love that they already know how to communicate to each other, and so we'd work really well. And I think Tweety can get into small spaces. I think Tweety could if I'm trying to take down a corporation, I'm assuming that there's things inside of the corporation that I need to get for evidence to take it down. And I think Tweety could do it because she could fit in the small spaces, or at least she could be a really good spy. She could scope things out for me, and because she's so small. And so I think she would be really great at collecting information.
I taught.
You taught? I don't pay you to tink you taught. I pay you to talk.
I did taught.
What did you teach? What did you taught?
And then I would also pick Foghorn because his background is big corp. And if I genuinely believe that if I could get Foghorn on my team, I could convince Foghorn to flip and tell me all of this corporation secrets and play like a double agent for me. And he knows how big corporations work, so we need that information too. So I'm also gonna go with him.
Did not expect the Foghorn move. That makes a lot of sense. All right, Will, you're up.
I mean, this is, for me, a no-brainer to go to Bugs Bunny. I mean, he's just the brains of the operation. This guy is
harpooned my team.
A natural leader. So yeah.
No problem. I was gonna go Bugs and Foghorn.
Yeah.
So my number 1 team would have been Granny, Pepé Le Pew, Bugs, and Foghorn because they both have diplomatic confidence. They feel confident in conversation. These people have been chosen, so now you have forced me to pivot my team so we are armed to the teeth. I'm going to choose Elmer Fudd and Marvin the Martian because they both hold hand cannons. So now I'm walking in with a Tasmanian Devil and 3 dudes who are strapped to the gills. Good luck.
Amazing.
Okay, well, first of all, you're not going to be able to use those guns if your fingers have to plug their nose for the stink.
Hey, I'm not saying your team's bad.
If you do get a shot
You forced
off,
my hand.
how are you going to hit Roadrunner when he's jamming around all over the place?
And you never touch Granny.
Listen, I was going to choose her because you're supposed to be kind to your elders. And if I walked into the negotiating room with an old person, they'd
Right.
show kindness.
Sure, right. That's
So,
yeah.
but you guys have forced my hand on this team. I think the remaining people, as I look at the board, are
do we have
Sylvester's
left?
still out there, Lola Bunny's still out there,
Roadrunners.
Roadrunner,
I
and
just
Porky.
picked Roadrunner.
Okay.
So
just
Roadrunner
picked
is
Roadrunner.
off.
Cool.
And I know that's, that's,
have Wile.
I have Wiley, but I'm counting on if it is a task that you have to solve, maybe we
could work
can
together?
have the two of them come together and we can solve world peace. I don't think it's too much to ask.
I'm taking Lola Bunny because, listen, Lola Bunny and Granny walk into a room. Something for everyone. Like,
Remind me never to go into your search history.
no one's gonna be weird. If anything, people are gonna be like Lola Bunny, Granny, Tweety. Imagine Tweety's on Granny's shoulder. Lola Bunny walks in looking like that. And then who else do I have? I have Foghorn taking up the rear. Like, I just feel like Big Corp would be like, we'll hear you out. We'll hear you out. We seem like a very approachable, well-balanced team and something for everyone.
Big Corp would fold immediately.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do you have a final pick?
I'm gonna go with Daffy, and I think his main move would be, I'd have him. I know that he can
single
throw that
person
duck bill around to the back of his head, and that would just create some distractions. That I think is, that's my move.
So we have two undrafteds, Sylvester and Porky, and I was thinking, I gotta grab Daffy because I need somebody to catch a stray, and he always gets blown to bits, and he's professional in catching strays. I'm left with Porky Pig and Sylvester, and man, I got some gangsters going into the room.
Porky won't survive with your people. He's not gonna survive.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Sylvester's always, I gotta go with Sylvester just because of his mindset of violence and trying to eat his co-star. I think he belongs on my team with the Tasmanian Devil and my guys that are strapped to the gills. We're like the Untouchables, raiding Capone. Hopefully we're all right. I think that leaves Porky undrafted. He lives to fight another day. Porky can actually
you get two in a row. Don't you get both of them?
I don't want to overpick. I think we've all picked. Porky, in traditional fashion, could be on the screen at the end. Saying that's all, folks.
I think Lana actually only picked Lola and had two picks and that was my fault. That was my fault.
So I get Porky? I actually think Porky would go very well with my team. Porky, Granny, Tweety, Fog, Lola,
I mean,
me.
you gotta.
It makes sense.
You gotta feed your squad, right? They have to be energized, and you.
I'm not gonna eat him.
It's better to have Porky than Sylvester with Tweety around.
Yeah, we
I feel for
we
Porky.
put Predator Prey apart. That's fine. Yeah, you're right.
I feel for Porky. I also think Porky, you feel
Porky's
bad for him.
he's the little sweetie, and he'd go in, and
He'd be like, listen.
you'd never suspect anything. He's probably the one who could slip into the building easiest because they're
he's
or
like, I got in
Tweety.
here
Tweety's the
accident.
same way.
Also, there's something really curious about a character who doesn't wear pants.
Right. But in a way, he's also dressed for success because the top half, he's kind of in his business cash.
He is dressed with his D in the wind. Like he's only halfway dressed. You want to talk about business up top, party
Party
down
on the
south.
bottom.
Like that, he's
He's
the animation mullet. He really is.
He is the ultimate Ken doll because it's right. It's right. At least Ken doll.
Junk
Ken's
in
got
the
pants
wind, twisty
over
bits
it.
for all the world to see.
Yeah.
He's got a tie on. He tied a bow tie for God's sakes.
Yeah, he did.
And his is out in public, just butt.
That might be that as it may.
Just penis and poop hole.
Just that too.
I'm here for the pantsless modeling gig.